Jafri's quest. What is the purpose of life? What is the truth? What is philosophy? Is there a God? How should we live? What comes after death? Let's join Jafri in his quest. Episode 2. Hayy Ibne Yaqzan, alive, son of Awake. It was written by Ibne Tufail in the 12th century AD. Ibne Tufail was a senior official in the court of the ruling dynasty in Al-Andalus, the modern-day Spain. The rulers enforced strictly the literal interpretation of religion and discouraged reasoning among the masses. In this background, Ibn Tufail wrote this deeply allegorical tale of a boy named Hayy, who was raised by a doe on a deserted island. The story is a philosophical discourse about how reason is superior to dogmas and traditions, and this alone can lead to the truth. It covers a variety of topics, including creation, nature of beings, and the purpose of existence. The story begins in a remote and deserted island where the temperature was ideal for spontaneous creation. A boy known as Hayy was born spontaneously from fermented soil without any parent. His body was infused with a spirit, and so he became alive. A doe found the crying baby and adopted and nurtured him. Hayy was a keen observer and noted that while other animals were covered with a hide, had greater strength, and possessed horns as weapons, Hayy was naked and defenseless. In order to overcome these deficiencies, he started wearing leaves and twigs to cover himself, but these would not last. Eventually, he found a dead eagle whose feathers he used to cover himself. He also started using sticks as weapons. One day, the doe became sick and died. I was heartbroken. He called her, but she did not respond. He closely observed her eyes, ears, and nostrils, but they had all stopped working. This led him to conclude that there was an organ which controlled the actions of all the other organs. This he believed should be in the center of the body. He cut open her chest. He finds the heart, which he believed had the thing that kept the doe alive, but now was gone forever. Until modern scientific discoveries, people believed heart was responsible for thoughts and controlled all the other organs. Therefore, Hayy arrived at this conclusion. As time passed, Hayy kept on contemplating nature and discovers fire by accident. He was amazed by its heat and warmth. He concluded that the spirit that left the doe's body was similar to it. He contemplates deeply through reason and experimentation in the forms of various things. He dissected various animals and analyzed their organs and concluded that all animals have different organs but one spirit. He also learned that plants and animals have common factors in growth and nutrition, so he also believed that the plants and animals are one too. Furthermore, he observed that bodies were three-dimensional, and when things are burnt, they turn into tar, which meant all things were one in reality, despite their multiplicity. He also observed that every created body needs an efficient cause, and all actions derived from a body owe to this efficient cause. His next dilemma was whether the world was eternal or created in time. He observed a paradox. The infinite existence is not possible, since something cannot exist before time. However, an eternal world will have eternal motion, which would require a mover, since bodies cannot extend infinitely. Therefore, I concluded that there was a mover who did not have a body and was free of matter. This he explained with an example of an object held in a hand, and as the hand is rotated, the body will follow the motion of the hand. He determined it is irrelevant if the world was created in time or out of time, since both lead to the existence of an all powerful creator who is incorporeal and cannot be apprehended by senses and imagination. He observed that all good characteristics in the creatures, like beauty and perfection, emanated from the Creator, and perceived that the Creator was free of all bad characteristics, like imperfections, since imperfection is itself absence of perfection. He observed that he was distinct from other animals and created for a higher purpose. His corporeal part resembled the heavenly bodies, and his nobler part, through which he acquainted himself with his Creator, was incorruptible and divine. So he concluded, in order to attain a vision of his Creator or self existent being, he had to take three kinds of actions. Firstly, those that corresponded to his physical body. He confirmed to this by maintaining his body and preserving other species. Secondly, those of heavenly bodies that corresponded to the animal spirit. He confirmed with this by cleansing himself and submitting to the Creator without interruption. And lastly, those of his Creator that corresponded to his essence. In order to free himself from bodily attributes, he retired to a cave and started meditation. There, he finally witnessed the magnificent vision of his Creator. After attaining the vision, he realized that what he considered his own essence was in reality the essence of his Creator, like the light of the sun that falls on another object, leading us to believe it's coming from that object, but is actually the light of the sun only. He found out if a person apprehends something of endless beauty and perfection, he is in a state of bliss, and if he is deprived of sight and knowledge of it, he would remain in state of anguish. A person who apprehended the Creator but removes himself and follow his worldly desires would after his death miss the vision of the Creator and would be in a state of lasting punishment until he is delivered from it. Hayy was 49 years old when he had the first human interaction. A hermit named Asal, who retired to the same island seeking the deeper meaning of life by contemplation and solitude. Asal teaches him a language, while Hayy told him about his life and his divine vision. Asal was astonished, as whatever Hayy told him were symbols of whatever that was contained in his religion. But the people in his city merely followed the dogmas and not reason. I felt pity for the people and decided to lay out the truth to them. I and Asal went to Salman, the king of the city, but Salman and his people had an aversion for Hay's teachings when it went beyond the literal understanding of their religious principles. I soon realized people's intellect valued the worldly desires only and not the deeper meanings. Their salvation lied in following their religious practices only, although through reasoning they could have attained the real truth. He apologized to them and went back with Asal to his island and his world of contemplation. The story ends here. This concludes our video. If you found this video interesting, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.